Hey guys, and welcome back. So to my surprise, my Fuyu persimmon is actually blooming. So it wasn't that long ago where, I show you guys, of the bud, maybe in this form right here, or this phase right here. And today, or maybe yesterday, I came out and I saw this. Everything, a lot of them have bloomed, and I was reading into the Asian persimmons, and they are a self photo, I guess self pollinating, and a viewer said that it's self thinning, so it should thin itself, and I shouldn't be needing to do anything. So actually, one of the flowers petal fell off, and it is this guy right here. He's actually the biggest of all of the buds so far um, that I've looked at. Let's see. So things are in the way. So right there. So this is this is my biggest bud right here. So I'm not sure whether it has set or it did not, but it is big. So this is the ovary. If it actually um, got pollinated, this thing will swell and becomes the persimmon. But let's look inside the flower here. So if you look here, so this is I believe the white stuff right here. I think that's the stigma. That's where the pollen needs to go to get down to be pollinated. And if we look in the back here, you see all these lines right here in the back. I think that is where the anthers. Those are the anthers, and that's where the pollens are at. Let's look at another flower that hasn't been to that at that stage yet. So here you can kind of see all of the little strands, anthers around the ovary right there. So I'm thinking that either the wind come by and shake this guy, and the pollen falls onto the stigma and get pollinated, or maybe a bee, an ant, or whatever goes into here and come back out, get the pollen and and get that to be pollinated. so so here is something a little bit uh, fresher. Here, this is a little bit fresher. So I brought with me here a Q-tip to see if I can actually pollinate it. But let's see. I can try to get into it, but maybe it's not needed. It's kind of big. So I was thinking of maybe hand pollinated a few just in case it doesn't they don't get pollinated. But I think I've seen a lot of persimmon trees, and it's always the case that there's a bunch of persimmons on them. So maybe it's not so much needed. So here, let me see if I can zoom in on this bud here a little bit more. So here, this one is a little bit fresh, and you can see behind the stigma there, those are the anthers, and that's where the pollens are at, and it seems to be a lot. So when it this small here, the buds, the ovary is small, the anthers and the stigma is pretty close. So maybe the wind just shake it, and the pollen would just fall onto the stigma. So I guess hand pollinating is not needed. But just look at the amount of buds that have bloomed, a lot. And to that end, I was very surprised because it wasn't that long ago when things weren't at this stage yet. Maybe not even at this. Let me see. Maybe a week ago, they were maybe at this stage here. So so I am quite surprised. And this thing was swaying a lot in the wind. It's pretty flimsy right now, since it is a new tree. So I put a stake behind it and tied it right there. So let's zoom out and take a look here. Nice and beautiful tree. Love it. So I'm right now for this second season, I'm letting all the branches grow. I will probably prune it later in the season, because I don't think I need all of these branches down here. Maybe one main branch, and then have a couple or few persimmons hanging down here, just to create the look. but my I think the end result that I want for this tree is for the main tree to go up maybe a little bit, maybe 10 feet, and then have some persimmons there, and then an arch a branch or two branches maybe coming out this way, and persimmon hanging down. So that's the idea for this tree here. But yeah, man. But it is it's 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 blooming, and I still got a lot more. So I am very excited. Hopefully, I can get some persimmons this season. Look at that, beautiful. First season with persimmons blooming in my backyard, so I'm quite excited. So this is what the buds and the flowers, what they look like, bloomed. Look at that, beautiful. So so I'm thinking if these guys do become persimmons, this branch here will probably break. If it isn't hard enough. So I'll probably tie it to the stake back here. So that's a good thing that I have a stake back there. And some of these guys too, I'll probably tie onto it. So self thinning, hopefully. And if I do see that this tree is struggling to hold on to the fruits, then I'll probably come out and manually thin, a few, just to make sure that they get to decent size. So you know, not to have something like a golf ball size. Maybe this should be maybe like a tennis ball at least. But beautiful, pretty subtle. All right, guys, quick update on the persimmon blooming already. Still, this is the end of April, beginning of May, depending on when I upload this video. So spring still beautiful. All right, guys, enjoy your day.